two major differences between the Wavemaster and Century Bob. The Century Bob is obviously shaped like a human being. Okay, so you actually have specific targets, right? Ribs, solar plexus, chin, temple, neck, right? Places to strike that where the Wavemaster is just one vertical surface, so everything has to be horizontal. Here you can angle attacks. You can angle attacks up, right? Up towards here, especially with kicks, right? So with the Wavemaster, you're kind of stuck with, you know, doing kicks. To do vertical, you can kick up a little bit, but what that does is it inches the bag up. With Century Bob, you can angle a body kick into the ribs, right? And it makes more sense. Also, so that's one thing. The shape, right? You can do throat strikes. You can practice throat strikes, knife hand strikes, punches to specific targeted areas, and it has the shape of what you would target in a human being. Okay, coming down, hammer fist on a collarbone. Here's the collarbones right here. So that's great. The other thing is, that's number one. Number two, this is a lot harder than this. This is soft, and it's a very smooth surface. So in most parts, it's harder than the Wavemaster. But number two, the surface is not as smooth, it's rougher. So it's going to rub. If you do like a glancing blow with your knuckles, you're going to skin your knuckles way faster than you're going to skin your knuckles here. So it's in the shape of a human. You can practice more strike, right? You can target specific targets. You can do the rib, solar plexus, right? You can do head shots. Now the other thing is this, the head is softer, okay? The head is much softer, especially on the chin, so you're not going to get the same feeling as if you hit a person in the jaw, but at least you can target, right? You can target the face, you can do palm strikes to the nose, and especially the kicks, right? You can do nice solid body kicks. You can start to condition your shins, your feet, because Century Bob is going to be a little less forgiving than the Wavemaster. When you kick hard, take your whole body. You can also do stretches, right? Where we do partner stretches in class. Stick your leg up on your partner's shoulder. You can do the same thing and just kind of scoot your way back slowly, holding onto the head, and stretch your leg out. It's nice and high, so you can practice getting up to the shoulder height, getting up to the head height, right? Getting those kicks up there, which I can't do very well yet. I'm not that flexible. Now I've adjusted the height of this so that if I'm in a fighting stance, right, and I'm gonna be fighting, his head is at the same height as my head. It is adjustable. Obviously, you can adjust it higher. Let's get it at the top height here. This is as high as it goes, pretty darn high. Probably not even in the camera anymore. So it gets up to like 6'4", something like that, and you can take it back down, all the way down to like this is the height my kids would use it at, right? So it's well adjustable. It's got some great height adjustments, right? But I do it at the height where I would be in a crouched sparring position, that his eye level is at my eye level to be able to punch. So it's nice and adjustable as well. The one downside is it's attached by 6 screws. the screws always come loose. Okay, so I keep an old screwdriver down here and I always tighten it up after every workout. You really have to tighten all of them. What happens sometimes, especially if you're doing a really hard body kick, not the knee so much, but when you're slamming it with your foot or your shin, sometimes these things have already come loose and they just go flying. Number two, it's kind of pricey. Okay, so I got it like $100 off, so I don't know, 200, 250 bucks, something like that. It was a great deal because normally they're like $350. So if you can get a deal or you've got the cash to be able to invest in one, it's a great kind of sparring dummy to have. It's not as good for grab. I mean, you can use it for, you know, grabbing the neck, you know, knee stuff. Some basic maybe standing chokes, right? If you want to do something like that, you could grab him from behind, right? Get some of those. Get some rear naked choke practice going on, right? So it does offer some grappling stuff. I haven't put it on the ground yet because I use my heavy bag for ground and pound, which I'll do in a different video. But overall, a great solid punching, kicking dummy to use for your martial arts or just general fitness practice. Screws come loose, tighten them every session, and it's a little bit pricey. But those are my only complaints.